We've seen it before here in Toledo. A walleye goaltender with an unbelievable save, worthy of national recognition. Yesterday, it was Pat Nagle against Cincinnati. It makes number 2 on SportsCenter's top plays. What did Nagle do to celebrate? He was in Indy for the ECHL All-Star festivities today. Unfortunately, his team wasn't as good as the walleye, as the Central Division fell to the Western Division 5-2. So with that, we bring in the voice of the walleye, Matt Melzek. He was on the call for that Pat Nagle save. And your thoughts, I mean, Pat Nagle has been outstanding. No question, he's an all-star today. But what were your thoughts on that save?
What? Well, amazing. I think I don't think there's really any way to describe it other than that. I mean, it's an all-out sellout to try to make sure you don't allow a goal. And for him to come up with it at the time he did in a 1-1 game is amazing. And, he's in that groove a little bit. You could tell from playing Friday, then playing on Sunday. He was seeing the puck very well against Cincinnati. And that save, I mean, coming out the way it did, face it. It's like being a baseball player and trying to hit a baseball. I mean, he's selling out just to try to stop the puck, doing everything he can, and he came up with that stop. Whew, amazing.
So now this brings up, so that makes SportsCenter number 2. That brings up the inevitable comparison. We take it back in time. Jeff Lerg and his unbelievable save, also part of the SportsCenter top 10. Matt Melzek, you were on the call for both of those historic moments in Toledo walleye history. Which one was better?
Wow, you're really going to ask me that? You're going to ask me that?
On the spot.
Which one is better?
Yes.
Boy, I'll tell you, each one was in a great situation.
Yes.
Okay, you had a 1-1 tie on Sunday for Nagle. You had an overtime game for Lerg when he came up with that stop. It's 1 and 1A.
Okay, which is 1 and which
but
is 1A?
I would give the Lerg stop the 1. Because you were talking about it, the situation of the overtime, and he's literally over here and has to fall back to make a stop. But I think Nagle's is right there.
Right.
It's unbelievable. The fact that Toledo in the last few years has had goaltenders like this, to be able to make saves like that is impressive.
Yes, and that was answered so well. Future in politics right here.
The middle.
So with that said, you had to talk me off the ledge a couple of times in this segment here, but back-to-back shutouts, and then they respond to end the first half of the season on 4 straight wins. I mean, you got to feel good about where they're going here heading into the second half, right?
Well, not only the 4 straight wins, but you look at the fact of what they just did this past weekend. They beat Fort Wayne, dominated Fort Wayne.
Finally.
Okay? Now, I told you, the game on the road on the 31st, they dominated Fort Wayne that night. Now, Michael Hauser was unbelievable. They lost 3-0. Shouldn't have. And then they dominated them last Friday night, the same goaltender. They beat them 3 times, and they won the game. 3-1 finish. Then you go the 6-1 drubbing of Kansas City in the first meeting of the year. And then you turn around in the game that was played yesterday, which was fantastic, by the way. Just a tremendous hockey game, 2-1. Toledo wins it. And you just allowed 3 goals the whole weekend. Last 4 games, 3 goals allowed.
Yeah.
That is where this team has improved marketably from the beginning part of the year to now. I even asked head coach Dan Watson about that over the weekend, and he said it's our tracking. It's that coming back into our own zone. The forward group that they've done the job of getting back and taking care of those players. So you're limiting those odd man rushes. And the fact that yesterday they did give up a goal on a turnover, but for the most part they eliminated a lot of those. And that's been also part of the success as of late for Toledo. Those are things they have to do successfully, and if they do, they're going to be a tremendous team. And we just saw it again. And I could see it even when the team was losing.
I want to go back to Friday.
Okay.
A couple of things on Friday. Number 1, it was Polish Heritage Night, and we talked about it last week. You were very excited about that.
Fantastic. Great stuff.
Yeah. Did you see the video of Stanley's meat market with Obakowski and Barkowski?
I did.
And what did you make of them making sausage?
I thought it was a very good learning experience for 2 players that have Polish heritage in their history.
Yes.
And I thought it was a great learning experience for both of them.
Nobody really ever wants to know how the sausage is made. They just want to enjoy it at breakfast. And they found out firsthand.
Yes, they did. But they did very well.
They did.
By
They did
the
a
way.
great job.
They did very well.
He is a virtual encyclopedia of local hockey knowledge. His name is Matt Melzak. Thank you so much for joining us.